Hi friends, as you know that I am creating a series on the Git, and if you go to my channel you would see that there is a series of the videos on a Git, whereas a Git clone and Git pull has been discussed, Git push and Git stash has been discussed, Git merge and the Git rebase has been discussed, and I have also added the document with every video, the same document where everything is explained with the help of proper screenshots, the codes, the steps and the images. So today's video is going to be quite interesting. So it will be based on what is Git squash. So I think this is one of the term that we heard many times when we use the Git. Sometimes when we are making the similar type of commits, it is better to make the commits very clean, to merge the different commits into a single commit, but keeping all your data to be reflected to the remote repository. So there is no loss to the data, but you are merging the commits together, squashing the commits together. That is the main purpose why we use the Git squash. Okay, to help you understand, let us do a practical implementation with the steps. This is my let me show you, this is my Git clone branch, and let me go to any branch. Let me show you all the branches that I have. Okay, so what is the first step? Switch to any branch where you want to make a commit. Let me switch to how to switch. Git checkout, the name of a branch. Let me go here and switch to this. Perfect. Now let me see what is there, and also see that whether I am at the same level where I am at the remote perfectly. So what to do is that let's create a commit. How to create a commit? Let me create a new file, touch git learn git rebase.txt. For example, this is what I created a new file, and you will see that the file which is untracked, and now next step is let me push it to the remote, to the same branch. That means to the remote branch want to learn merge. This is the name of a branch. Let me push it to that. How to push it? If you face any any issue, I have created the videos as well as the full documentation is here. So let us follow the documentation, as I know it well, so I will follow it, and if you want to follow it, you can visit this section as well as also see the video. So what is the first step? Git add this file, then git commit -m, and this is first commit learning squash. So this is what I made the name of the commit, because the name is very important when we. Now let me push it, git push the changes. So it will ask me about the username, and I think after 13th of August 2021, instead of having the password, the Git has suggested that it will not accept the password. Instead it will accept personal access token from a GitHub. So how to make that token? First of all, go to the settings, and after there is a developer account, developer settings. This is a PAT, which is a personal access token. So I have created for me, you can create for yours, and with that I can push the changes to the back to the GitLab. Now let me go to the repository, my repository, and see that whether the repository, this is a learn Git, this was the repository I was making it. Let me shift to this branch. You will see there is a option called as compare and pull request. So you will see that this is the first commit I have created it, and with that commit I have created a new file. Is that true? So like you could see that here also in this documentation, this is the commit one that I have created it. Now let's create the more similar type of commits. So let me see the git status. It will be updated because everything will be on the track. So let me open this file, learn what is that, git rebase. Okay, so let me write something. This is the second commit I am making. Perfect. I am making. Is that fine? Let me close that file and see git status. It will be untracked. Let me track it. Git and dot git commit. Let me write it -m as a second commit. True, because this is a second commit I am making it. Now git push to the same remote branch with my name, and instead of password, as I told you, now the git is accepting the personal access token that I told you. Now when you go here and see, this is, you will see the two commits here. So this is the two commits here, and this is the new file which this is an updation I have created in this file. Now what I want from a git squash is that, see, instead of these two commits, I want only one commit to be saved, but all the data that I have updated to the remote would be saved. They will not be altered, but instead of having a lot of commits, I can squash them into one. Okay, let's create one more commit and go with the three. Let's see, first of all, git status, it would be the same. Then let me open again the file git, let me see. Okay, so it is a learn git rebase, and it would be opened, and let me write, this is the third commit. Okay, I am making. So perfect. Let me close that, and the git status, it would be untracked. Make me tracked using the git edit, then git commit -m. Third commit is added. So git push, it will be pushed with the name that is my email ID, and instead of password, again I say that now the git accepts personal access token, which you can create it. Why it is not pushing it? Let me see that. Okay, git commit. Okay, that was my mistake. There is no space here. Apologies. Doing fast, sometimes you make a mistake. Now when you enter, the everything will be on the track, and now when you see that, you will have the three commits here, and the three things we did it. First, created a file and created two commits. Now what I want is that I want only this commit to be available on the remote as well as on the local, but I want these three changes has to be reflected. One is creating the file, otherwise adding the two comments on it, which we have done through the three commits. So this is done through the git squash. How we will use it? Let's follow the documentation. So this is the three commits we did it, and now we will type as git rebase in interactive mode head 3. So it will show me, yes, these are the two commits. Let me do it squash, because I want to squash them into the first commit. And once I did it, let me see that. Okay, it will show me this one. So what I will do is that I will comment these two commits, because this is not what I want it. And let me come back. So you will see that this has been successfully done. Let me see the git log. Perfect. You will see that on 9th of October I have created the three commits. Only one commit is visible here, other commit is on the 28th of June. It means the three commits has been squashed into the first commit. That means the two commits has been squashed to the first commit. But let me see what's there in the what is there in the our remote branch. So if you see in the remote branch, you can see that the three commits are there. It means if I could see there, this is the git rebase, and let me see my commits. So you could see that I have created three commits. So one is commit first, this is second, third, but in the local with the git rebase, and doing so I have merged them. if I say the git status, you will see a you will see a divergence here. Why divergence is there? The 3 commits are there in the remote, the 1 commit is there in the local. So if I do a git push, it won't happen it, even if I put it my credentials here. The reason is that both the branches are at the same level, so the push can't be done. But yeah, you can do a forcefully push, because in that way you can forcefully push that your remote branch and your local branch is at the same level. Now if I go here, you will see that perfect, the 3 commits have, the 2 commits has been squashed to the first commit. So when you click on this commit, you will see that bingo, the 3 changes are there. So you will see all your changes, but the commit becomes a very clean history. If you go to the insights, you go to the networks, perfect, you see that from the main, this is only at 1 level. It should be at the 3 levels, because 3 commits has been created, but these 3 commits has been squashed to the 1 commit, which makes the history very effective to view it, whereas you don't lose the changes. So in this way, we can learn how to use the git squash, and I will also add this documentation. You can follow them, and you can do it. It's very easy, and the git squash is one of the good command to follow to make your commits very easy to track and view it. So thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.